Gaming headset. Okay. Audio test test. Gaming headset. Okay. Audio test test. Alright, I think I'm about ready to come back to the nobody that's watching. Got all my groceries put away now. Obfuscating responsibility to somebody else to go and buy my groceries in the morning is a wonderful thing. But I will just check on my live stream real quick. In the morning is a... Alright. We got sound, we're back live. We are good to go. Is a... The one person watching was probably me. And that's fine. Let me see something here really quick. If I pull that up. Okay, you guys just see FreeCAD. Alright. So let's get started. So as I was saying, the idea here is going to be to create a little bait that's going to be a jig trailer for a jig head. It's basically going to turn one of your standard 1/8 ounce, 1/16 ounce jig heads into a skirted jig like you would use for largemouth. Hold on, I'm going to eat some potato chips here. So a skirted jig trailer, like you would use for largemouth, except as a soft plastic bait that you can take on and off the jig head as you wish. And this is going to be really targeting smaller fish like your smallmouth and crappie out of the river, rather than largemouth bass. So, after many distractions, let's actually get started. First thing we're going to start by doing is making the grub body, I guess. And how we're going to do that is we're going to revolve around the grub body. Come out here, do like some arches, get it all nice and grub looking. This will probably be, you know what, I'm gonna go back and open up that jig head for reference. So if I go from there to say here, 21 millimeters, so I think I want the body of the grub to be a little bit longer than that. So call it maybe, yeah, we'll call it 25.4 or 1 inch. So go back to our sketch and we'll make this 25.4, 1 inch long, and we'll then come back. We probably want that to be about 1/4 inch, which means we want this to be, well, what I'm going to do here is a constructed line so we can keep our arches constrained, and we'll make this 1/8 of an inch, which is 0.125 times 25.4. I know in FreeCAD I could change it so that it's not in metric, but I'm so used to going back and forth now, it doesn't really make a difference to me. So I convert in between English and metric all the time. So, and then with the little multiplication thing you can do in FreeCAD, it's really easy. So, but like I know 1/4 inch is 6.35 millimeter. 1/2 inch is 12.7 millimeter. 3/4 inch is 19.05 millimeter. Yeah, so it's not difficult to go ahead and do those conversions. The other thing I'm gonna do with this, I think, is, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this, and then we'll make that, yeah, make that 1 millimeter, and we're gonna make this tangent, that one, make that coincidence, and we're gonna want a constrained line that is coincident there, and there we go. And then what we can do is there a way to just copy and, I think there's a way, rather than, how do I do that? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So how big is that? That's 2 millimeter. So if I do this, and then do array of this and this, oops, I want to do this and this array, and I want it to be 2 millimeters and -90. That's not what I wanted to do. It's it's similar to what I wanted to do. We're also, some of this stuff in FreeCAD I'm learning as I'm going, so stay with me here. What if I do, oh yeah, this is, okay. Okay, I'm picking it up here. So if that's 2 millimeters and that's 25.4 millimeters, then I want 12. So I want 11 copies in one row, right? And then I'm gonna do, yeah, look at that, 2 and -90, enter. Look at that. And then I can make this one. That is that is a nice little tool to have in my tool book there. I still got to go back in here and do this now, which is going to I think my headset just died. Is my headset back? Do I have... Okay, looks like I have mic audio back. My headset died. I had to plug it back in. Okay. Resisting the urge to eat potato chips. Quite difficult. How's my 3D printer doing? Doing great. You guys can't see it, but I got a Cutie Q1 Pro that some guy broke on Facebook. Cracked the ceramic heater element, so I threw a new nozzle in there. Thing is working wonderfully. I think it's going to be a really solid printer. I might do a video on it. Mayhap. We will see. But now we gotta go back and do all these constraints. It kind of sucks that FreeCAD didn't just go ahead and do all of that for us, you know? That's kind of suboptimal, you might say. Suboptimal, you might say. You would think, like, or you would want FreeCAD to know that when you're doing an array like that, you'd want it to be constrained automatically, but I guess I could see where I guess I could see where trying to do constraints automatically, it could, if it goofed up the constraints, you'd have a journey. Let's say a journey to go back and try to fix those. So now we're just kind of stuck here doing them. But I guess it's still better than having to go in, put in all these individual half circles. So, see, I don't like that. So it does save us a little bit of hassle, I guess. I don't know. Does it? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. And we'll go ahead and do that. Okay. That. And this is one of the reasons a lot of people who are new to CAD don't like FreeCAD, because it's just not as user-friendly as some of the other CAD packages that are out there that are free to use. But there's other issues with those CAD softwares. So somebody like me who has used FreeCAD for years and has basically learned to deal with, we'll say, the quirks, not quarks, quirks of FreeCAD. What's going on in that one? We'll do this. Yeah, but somebody like me who's learned to deal with the quirks, it's a very powerful software for, especially for free. And if you're coming from a software like SolidWorks, which is what I came from prior to using FreeCAD, there's even then there's a stumbling block, learning curve, we'll say, might be the more correct way to say it. Definite learning curve, but it can be worth it, you know, because Fusion 360, I don't know if people really realize this, but when you use Fusion 360 as a hobbyist, you don't own the rights to use your models commercially. So somebody like me who is attempting to use the models commercially, what's going on there? I'll say attempting to use the models commercially, and I say attempting because people don't really buy these molds, but that's fine. I'm doing it just to keep myself busy, really, more than anything. And it's fun. I enjoy it. If you want to buy the molds, they're on my website, 3dprintedmolds.com, www.3dprintedmolds.com, and you can go out and find them. I won't stop you. If you see any of these lures that pique your interest, wiggle your worm, if you will. But yeah, okay, that looks. I don't know why. What degree of freedom is not constrained here? Is it that one? What's going on there? That's odd. Oh, I think that's the one that got goofed up. So I made another one. Turns out I didn't need that other one. And now, hopefully, we all good? There we go. Okay. So that's our grub. And then we'll have the tail come off there. Yeah, that'll work. Then we're going to revolve that around one of these sketch axis. Why isn't it? Sketch, revolve. Wire is not closed. Interesting. Where are you not closed at, wire? I have a vertical line there. Line there. Line there. FreeCAD, why? Why are you like this? Okay. Why is it like this? Go ahead and do that. Do this. Do this. That's interesting. Do that. Do this. And then we'll do that and this. And that. And this. And let's see if it's a closed loop now. Yeah. It's not. Alright. As I was saying, FreeCAD's great. I love it. Definitely highly recommend it to everybody. Alright, so I gotta go in here and find where these constraints say they're not open. Can I do this? That made a lot of constraints redundant. Alright, FreeCAD is shitting its pants now. So why are these under constrained now? Make those tangent. Make these tangent. Make this tangent. Where's the degree of freedom? There it is. Now let's see if it's a closed loop to rotate. And it is! We did it! We did it, Cosimo! We did it! Alright. God damn, potato chips are good. You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't love some good potato chips? Sorry if you can hear me slurping and chewing through the microphone. I'm sure that's not a pleasant experience for anybody. Alright, so what's next? I could do the tail next. Or I can do the... Yeah, let's do the tail next. Alright, so what I want to do... What I want to do is I want to have the tail kind of come out and then back. So it's going to be like a question mark, right? It's not going to be like that. I want it to be like that. So what I want to do, my mold box is gonna be 25.4 and 70. So that's my mold box to work with, right? And I'm gonna want it such that it will come out and back like that. That's unfortunate. Okay. So, and I think what I'm gonna want to do is just come here and set this as a reference, and we're gonna say, for argument's sake, we're gonna be 4 millimeters down from the top of the mold, and then we're gonna come down and over. So why don't I do this? Probably about there is right. And we'll say that's 12 and 4.5. Yeah. And then we'll make this a real line. Okay, that's good. And the next thing I want to do is a sketch here. And we're just gonna make it super easy on ourselves. Make that equal, close that. Don't need that one. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is a datum plane. We're gonna construct it off of this plane and then go down to this point. Why didn't it move down there? Whatever. I know it's 12 millimeters. Go ahead and make that 12 millimeters. Okay. And we'll do a sketch, and we are going to slap a little rectangle. And this is going to be the start of our tail. And I'm going to want the tail to be, call it, how thick do I want it to be? Probably 1.5 millimeters. 1.5 millimeter. It don't like that for some reason. Alright. Okay. 1.5 millimeter. And then probably 2.5 millimeter. No. No, we'll make it 4. Yeah. That ought to do it. Yep, that's looking good. And then what we're gonna do, get this, okay. We're gonna do an additive loft, or a swept path, with this guy here, and additive pipe they call it in FreeCAD, don't ask me why. And then we're gonna do multi-section, add section, this guy, object, no. Why is it doing that? Okay, there we go. Look at that. And then that takes it from that circular cross section down to that rectangular one over that length. So that's pretty cool if you ask me. Not that you did ask me, but anyway, we're making moves here. All right. Next step, sketch, and we're gonna boom, and we're gonna hide that for a moment. We're gonna want it to curly Q back. Actually, we're gonna come back up, bring that back up, pull that shit back up, Jamie. I'm gonna have it loop curly Q back up there on itself. Okay. And see, this is where you can get a little more creative with these grub tails if you want to. But I think I do believe, Monsieur, that this, let's call this 11. Yeah, that is what I want there. And then we'll do this. Oh, that is gonna work nicely. That is gonna work nicely. You fucking kidding me? Okay. Oh no. All right, we're good. We're good. We're good. Who said we weren't good? We're good. Okay. That's looking good. And I think what I want to do here is something like this. Yeah. And come up with that a little bit, but I'm gonna make it fatter there, so I'm gonna make those coincidence. then we're gonna come back. Don't call it a comeback. Something like that. These are gonna be tangent. That might be a little too aggressive there. Why don't we do this? That's 11 millimeters. So I can't really... Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Let's do this while we're looking at that. Make these tangent. Oh, that looks that is looking good. That is looking really, really good. Look at that. Magnifico. Magnifico. Look at this. Go ahead and make that tangent. Okay, the thing I gotta be careful of here is I can't come out too far this way. Unless I pull that further that way. Why don't I do this? Sketch 1. I can make that like... I can make that like 7 millimeters, I think, and get away with that. Ooh. That's gonna look nice. Little gut check here. That's gonna be kind of close. That's gonna be cutting it close. Okay. Okay, we can still do. We can still make do, just like that. Okay, so what we're gonna do, just to make sure we're not in trouble here, hide that for a moment. Click the wrong button there. There we go. 70. Alright. And bring that. Okay. So I want to take that 7 out to like 8. And then I think that 8.5 to make the numbers even. 5.5. And make this okay. Go back to here, make this like 8 millimeters. That's looking good. That is looking good. Then we're gonna, oh, that's right, that's not a closed loop because I need to do this. No, that should be a closed loop. We'll go ahead and pad that, and we're gonna make it 2 dimensions. 0.75 and 0.75. That is looking good. That is looking really good there. And we're just gonna make some small radii there. Smooth those edges out a little bit. I don't love that. We'll wait to do that till later because adding fillets can break things. That can get kind of annoying. So we'll wait. Okay. Next order of business, and this part's gonna this part is going to suck. Okay. This part is gonna suck. Got to do the little umbrella part now. You know, when the sunshine is shine forever. Got to do that part. So I'm gonna want. How am I gonna do this the easiest? The easiest way to do it would be to create. I'm gonna eat some chips and think about this for a second. Alright, what I've decided I'm going to do is basically model the mold in two parts and then merge them together. So that way I can do what I did here and then take these, basically these halves, and move them around. But I'm only going to do it. Well, no. Here's what I can do. I don't have to do them the whole way around. I only need to do these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm gonna bite the bullet and just do that. I'm just gonna do that. Yeah. Delete that. Okay. Okay. I said, young man. Okay. There's no way to feel down. I say, young man, pick yourself off the ground. Okay. Enough of that. We're gonna do the same thing we did with with that first half of the tail, and do a little additive swept path. And we're gonna start with, this will be a 2mm diameter, tapering down to a 1mm diameter. And let's set it, well, that's 3mm down from the, 2mm down from the head. That should do us well. Close out of that sketch. And look at that, now it's just a circle. Now I gotta come over here, do another sketch from this point of view, and we're gonna convert that over. And this is gonna be, I'm gonna wanna come out, right? And then slight arc and out and away. And I want that to be tangent, and I want this to be tangent. And remember, I have a hard stop out here at 12.7 millimeters away from the edge. So that looks pretty decent, I think. Yeah, we'll make this 1.5 is probably good. And I'm gonna want something like that, probably. So why don't I make this, call it 8, that looks good. And then can play with that a little bit. Make this 5mm. Yeah, that's nice. And then radius we're going to want fairly small. Call it 3 millimeter. That's going to look good. And now we'll bring the pad back and we're going to do a datum plane. Okay. And then you guys know the drill. Little circle we do. 1 millimeter. Okay. Hide that. Select this. Select this. Select this. Multi-section. Select that. Look at that. And now I just need to do that could come down a lot more, can't it? That you know what? Okay, we're gonna make that come down a lot more. I think it's gonna be sketch 7. Yeah, get rid of this. And you know what? Why don't we do... Let's try this. We'll make that 8 millimeter. Oh, that's a lot better. That is a lot better there. Okay. I like that. And then what I can do, I really want to be able to do that rotate trick. That's gonna make this so much easier. Yeah. Alright. Alright. There's our tail. But what about what about the other one you was just working on? Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Okay. Don't worry. Don't worry, little one. Don't worry, little one. We'll make it right. There's nothing to worry about. Okay. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. File save. And then what we're going to do, go over to our part design workbench. And then we'll do part why did I want to do that? Body part, create a simple copy, transform 360 divided by 8 is gonna be what? Um, 60 divided by 8 is 45. Okay, that works. Create simple copy, transform. Okay. And then we do part, create simple copy, transform. Okay. And then we do oh yeah, part, create simple copy, transform, boom, okay, the whole way around. Okay, we'll come back here. And right there. Okay. Then we'll have the tail up there, so I don't really want, we're going to do 7 appendages like that because I think the 8th one's going to get in the way of the hook and be annoying. So that's going to look really nice. That's going to look really nice. File save, and then this here becomes the part that's always annoying as shit. Part, create simple copy. Alright, hide that now. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Bing, bang, boom. That worked really well, actually. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. I like it, I like it. This is gonna be a nice bait. I'm liking the way this is coming together. I'm really liking how this is coming together. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and add the tail back on. So assembly workbench. Add the grub tail Oh, and it dropped it right into place. Look at that. Look at that. Go back to part. Bang, bang. Boom. Oh my goodness. Ooh, things are happening. Look at that. Look at that. I'm excited. Okay. Next comes the tricky part. Next comes the tricky part. Because what I have to do next is create the mold. And I have to create the mold seam so that it's going to line up with these guys. Which I can do. I know how I'm going to do it. It's just a little bit taxing on the mind, we'll say. And that's fine. That's fine. We'll make it work. Man, this is gonna be this is looking nice. That's a nice looking bait there. Okay. That's looking really good. Okay. Alright. Contain yourself. But just imagine, like we come back to A2 plus. We come here, we find the hard worm, open that, find the jig head, throw the jig head in there, and oh, look at that. That's gonna be such a nice little bait. Look at that. Okay, alright, contain yourself, check yourself before you wreck yourself there, home skillet. Alright, file save. Ooh, alright, file new. Save as top mold. Save. Okay. Don't need that open anymore. Okay. Part design. And what we're going to want to do. Yeah, what we're going to want to do is this, and then we're going to do this is where it gets tricky. Okay, I'm not going to do that yet because I have to come back to the skirted grub. Okay, close that. Come back to the skirted grub, drop the body, find the sketch. I think it's this one. Hide that. Haha. Okay. That is what I'm looking for right there. Okay. Hide that. Hide that. Sketch 7. Copy sketch 7. And we only want sketch 7. Okay. This is going to be our break line in the mold. Hide that again. Show that again. Go back to our mold. Delete that. Get that shit out of here. Paste in this. That's going to be our start. Okay. And what I need to do is draw this around it. And this is going to be 70 millimeter. This is going to be 12.7 millimeter. Look how well that just drops into place. Okay, now I gotta think about... Alright. We'll make this 6. Ought to do it. And then we come here, draw that line. I don't know why I did that, but draw this line, draw that line. Okay. Make this horizontal, make this vertical. Close that. Open it back up. Close the wire. Close the sketch. Rotate the sketch. Put it into the active body. Rotate the sketch. Okay. And like, I only want the revolution to be like 180 degrees, so half the mold body. Perfect. Nice little shot glass looking thing there. This is gonna be such a nice bait. Oh, I'm excited. I am excited. Alright. File save. Now we gotta do the bottom plug. And to do that, file save as bottom mold. Okay. File save. Now this is the bottom mold, so what we're gonna do is go back to our revolution, and now this, and this are all constructed geometry. Not constructed, construction geometry, and so is this. And now, well, no, this gets to stay, and then it comes down to here, comes over to there, and goes up to there. And look at that. It's that easy. Okay. File save. Aren't you excited for this? I'm excited. Alright. File new A2 plus. File save as Skirted Grub assembly. We're gonna start with the Skirted Grub. Oh my goodness. Look at that thing. Bottom mold. And we gotta make it concentric. Except, and we have to make this parallel, except, oh, it's coming together so nicely. Wait a minute, something ain't right there, something ain't right there. Hold the phone, hold the phone, hold the phone. What is wrong? Oh, I know, never mind. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. I just need to think through okay. Alright, we're good. We're still good. Transform that, slide that down. Okay. Alright, we're still good. We're still in good shape. Top mold open. Same thing, gotta make it concentric. And gotta make that face and that face. Okay. And then this is where the magic comes together, ladies and gentlemen. We are gonna make that coincidence, except we're not, because we're gonna offset it down 6, or no, up 6 millimeters. Come on, alright. We'll just do this. And now those... That's still not, we're doing it. Okay, so what is... Oh, I know what I can do. This is easy. This is easy. Except, now that should be, oh, look at that. Now that's perfectly falling where it should. Just right. Perfect. And then for the piece de resistance, that is so nice. That is so nice. Okay, file, save. Part workbench. Are you excited, ladies and gentlemen? I'm excited. I am so excited. Look at that. And then we come and do the same thing here. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna try to do this again. Why is it not? Oh. Oopsie daisy. Wrong order. Why? Why oh why? Technical difficulties, please stand by. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Cut out for object. Alright. Okay, what we're gonna do We can still work our way around this. I don't understand why it worked for the bottom anyway. Look at that though. Oh, that's gonna be such a good bait. Okay. We are so close. So why isn't this working? Let's do part, create a simple copy, hide that one, and then do this. I don't get it. It does not like that for some reason. Alright. There is a way around this. Okay. What we're gonna do is just ignore that and delete that. And there's our bottom STL for the mold. Oh, that looks so goddamn nice. I love it. We're gonna call this the bottom mold assembly, which means close out of that, close out of that, file, new, assembly, and top mold. Watch this. If I do this and then delete that, then it says top 2, and then add a P and it says top. Alright. And then we're gonna add the top mold. There's our little problem causer. And then we're gonna add our skirted grub assembly. Technical difficulties, please stand by. We're gonna go ahead and add the skirted grub. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And then we're gonna do boom, 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 and then boom, 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 accept, and then go ahead and try again. Hopefully this time it works. God damn it. Why is it doing that? It worked for the bottom one. Why is it doing this for the top one? I don't understand it. All right. Okay. Skirted grub. Fusion 6. Part. Convert to solid. It is now solid. File. Export. Step. File. Okay. Delete all that assembly. Step file. Okay. Come here. Concentric. Coincidence. Parallel. Part. Cut. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yes. Yes, 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 yes. It worked. It worked. It worked. This is gonna be such a nice mold. All right, one finishing touch to add here. File save really quick. Go ahead. Oh, we're already in part. And then make this cylinder 2 millimeter diameter, transform it, yoink it up there. Okay. Cut cylinder, cut, file, save, and we are done. We are done. There's our mold. Go in here. Now we got 2. New folder. Actually, lure molds. Quick change mold fixture, step files. What? Skirted tube. Skirted grub, we called it. Skirted grub. And then we're gonna export to skirted grub, the top mold. Come back here, do a file save really quick, exit out of that, do a file open, go back, open up our skirted grub bottom mold. Look at this. Gosh, that looks so nice. File, export, save, okay. File, save, and we are ready to print. Oh man, that just looks so nice. I'm so excited for this lure. This is gonna be a good one. I'm gonna catch a lot of smallmouth on this thing. Alright. Where's my... Am I ready yet to... Alright, I got about... let's see. We're gonna move it to display capture, window capture. Gonna go to Orca Slicer. Okay. We'll see if hopefully that updates to Orca now. Or is it not doing it? I go preview. it's not showing it. Open source properties, primary monitor, okay. Okay. Go to Orca Slicer now. Alright. For some reason, when I go to this page, my device page, the stream doesn't capture the device page. Unsure why that is. But I've got a print going. It's at 98% right now. This is going to be exciting because I'm going to go back to prepare, and I'm going to, in real time on stream, wrap up with this print that I'm working on right now. Import. Step. Skirted grub. Bottom. Okay. That's looking good. And then I'm going to want to clone and mirror yes, those are gonna, that's gonna, that should flip it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then, oh, I forgot. I gotta scale these down to 99% so they'll fit in my little fixture correctly. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be so nice. This is gonna come out so good. File, import. Now I want the top mold. And I'm gonna want to do the same thing where we lay it on that face. Clone it. And mirror. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. And then these are I want those you don't want because those probably might have support print on that side. We can move these around. Let's try top right there. Generic polycarbonate filament. Trying out polycarbonate filament for this stuff now. Go back over to device. 2 minutes, 58 seconds left. 99% on that print. Go back to prepare. Strength 7. 3, 3, that all looks right. I can drop this down to 5% gyroid. And oh shoot. I forgot to do something. Okay, we're still in good shape. I forgot to do something though. I can do this really quick. I forgot to add the little clocking knobs, so now I need to go back and switch back to FreeCAD. Okay, and I need to add little notches in the print so that they get clocked correctly. So how am I gonna do that? I know what I can do. This should be fairly simple. Okay, we're gonna do part workbench. Yep. Add a cube. Edit the cube. Make it 1 millimeter long and 1 and 1. Tiny little cube. And then transform the cube that way. And down this way. Okay, and then half millimeters. Yeah. And actually, I can do it like that. Okay. No, edit cube. And make that 2 millimeter. Okay. And then we're gonna make the width 0.9 millimeter. I'll make this 0.9 millimeter. Okay. And then we do this. Make a union. Now it's got a little indexing notch at the top there. File, save. And then I need to open up, or no, here, let's just do this. While we're here, file, export. Make that the bottom, save that, okay. File, open the top. Need to go back to the top. Skirted grub. Top mold. And then it's going to be on this one. I need to make the little notch. So, add the cube. Make the cube 3, 1, 1.2. And then we are going to transform, rotate, and transform up. Okay. That, I believe, will do what it needs to do. Cut one, cube, cut. Now we got a little cutout there. Little notch for indexing. Do a file save real quick. File, export. Top mold, save, yes, okay, go back to Orca Slicer, Okay, back to Orca Slicer. File, import, top, okay. Do we have the little notch? Yes, we do. Okay. Lay flat on face, scale to 99%. Clone once and mirror. Perfect. Okay, and then file, import, bottom, open. Did I make those the right size? Hold up. Alright. Scale 99. Rotate 90. $180. 270. Get there eventually, okay. Move it. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, we're good. We're still good. Okay. Clone once. Did I make that 90? Okay. Did I make this 9? Okay. And then mirror. Alright, now. For real this time. We are ready to go. And look at that, our other print just wrapped up. Gonna run down to my printer. Run down to my printer. Get this bad boy going. And then probably a couple hours, be ready to go.